Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking again about the R34 GTR, but before we go there, can we just appreciate that color again? Like it's in a different bit of lighting again. Lights are on. These lights look amazing. Last week we spoke to Cirques and we talked about the engine build. This week we've got another guest on, and this guest was Errol from EMF Fabrication, EMF Custom Builds. EMF Custom Builds. I got that wrong.
This time.
Yes, we got to know each other very, very well over the last year because I only wanted a 2 months relationship with him to build my car. He ended up doing a 1.2 years relationship. I'm joking. Like this guy, honestly, like I said to him, I need this car done in like 2 or 3 months, and he was always like,
nah,
impossible. Yeah, it's possible, but realistically, it's not.
No.
So here we are, 1.2 years later, and yeah, we've got the car ready. Errol was behind the scenes doing a lot of work on the car, from electrics, fabrication, fuel systems, exhaust systems. At times, he was even my personal assistant, because I was like throwing things at Errol and saying, look, Errol, I want this, I want this, I want this, and I kept changing like the color, right? I kept changing my mind like the color. That's probably one of the reasons I chose this color also.
I literally said, just make your mind up and then let me know.
Yeah.
Like every day he was sending me photos, videos or something, or this and that.
You
and
wired up.
It was just too much.
So you wired up my new lights, didn't you?
Yeah. I wired these up as well.
That's a really cool feature. I like that. And you obviously did the fuel pump.
So I do my own circuits.
Those who don't know, this is obviously the fuel system of the car, right?
That's right. Yeah. So we're running 2 fuel pumps in there. 525 Hellcat pumps, and we've got a lift pump in the tank. I normally use this stuff on 34s and 33s just because they're much easier to maintain, and if there's a problem we can get to it. We run them on SSRs, they're these 2 things here with cooling fins. I control the voltages through the pump, so I can keep the fuel cooler. I can control the speeds of the pump. It's just a better overall system.
So effectively, it's not like overheating and staying on when it doesn't need to be.
We keep the longevity of the pumps as well, you know, so the pumps don't work so hard. This is the second system I've done like this. On the other system I've done, you'll find that on this one's got a cooler on it, so the fuel is actually staying quite a bit cooler as well on this one. On the other one, you can feel that it gets kind of hot, but I think in the future we'll.
And we use kind of special pipes on these also, do
you? So these will run on PTFE pipes. You can go with normal fuel lines and everything, but these are a lot harder to make. They take a lot more time to make the fittings right and everything. So they're a lot more solid.
Again, you made them kind of from scratch. So you had the ends and you had the long pipes, and you cut them down and actually made them from scratch, which was a very long procedure.
Yeah, it is a long procedure, but you know, it pays off. It's sort of like a one-time thing. You put it in, and you know, we did AN8 lines as a feed and an AN6 line as a return, and you've got 1, 2, 3, about 3 lots of filters, 4 lots of filters if you count the filters on the bottom of the pumps as well. So
lovely. You also did a lot of wiring in this car, and I think some of my favorite parts are in the interior of the car. Should we go in the interior and show them?
Yeah, we can go there. What we've done is we've put the Haltech IC7 in there.
This is in the place of an original MFD display, which the GTR comes with. Firstly, we got a picture loading up of my car.
We're going to make that picture a bit bigger. Like, it was just an experimental
Just restart that again so we can just show everyone. We're going to make it bigger and full screen soon.
Yeah, it was just jokes and giggles.
Yeah, it was just
jokes and giggles at the beginning,
That's right.
So we've put that in, and that comes up. And it gives us all the information that we need.
So we set and programmed, what, 7 different screens?
Yeah, we still haven't finished it yet. Let's still, because it takes, I'm like, if anyone thinks like putting these in is quite simple, to be fair. Yeah. These ain't so bad to put in, but configuring takes hours.
I think he gave me the laptop once, and I think I took about half a day just trying to do one screen, and I didn't save it, and I lost it, didn't I?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So
like, in the end, you get so bored of it that you know, it's just sometimes it's just best to show the owner how to use it and just let them do it.
But just to show you, obviously, with the screen, just as a brief, what is all this information?
Right. So this is your ethanol. This is your wideband. So ethanol is how much ethanol you put in your fuel.
And that's pump fuel, by the way?
That's pump fuel, yeah. So, you know, you could tell if the petrol stations are actually lying, if they're telling you 5% ethanol or 10% ethanol. You can see the quality of your fuel.
So it should be 5%, but it's 9% showing, right?
Well, yeah, it's showing 9%, but yeah, it should be 5%.
Super, right? Okay.
Then you got your wideband, or in this case, we're using lambda because he's mixing his fuels. Then you got your manifold pressure, your throttle position, air temp, oil temperature, battery voltages, and all that sort of stuff. You can flick through the screens. You got your position switches, manifold pressure, like anything you want to add to the system, you can add to it. It's not a problem.
I like this one because it goes with my white Nismo dials.
So he actually spent time in making this one here. He wanted
so there you go. This
he,
is one
he
I
wanted to
programmed.
make this exactly like his dash. So I said, look, there you go. There's the laptop. You go and do what you got to do, and I'm going to carry on doing something else.
Yeah, and I spent about 2-3 hours, and then I forgot to save it, and I lost it.
Tell the truth, you know it was a bit longer.
And I had to do
It was about 3 hours.
Okay, maybe 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4. I can't remember. 3 or 4 hours.
He was quiet basically for 4 hours. I didn't hear or see nothing of him.
I had to change the red line on there and everything.
Yeah,
Right. Going on to one of my favourite pieces, the steering wheel.
We was looking for steering wheels, and I thought, you know what, it would be such a cool idea if we could, like, just have something that would do all the rolling launches and everything without the cables and everything, because every car I look at, like, you know, they have the cables around there and they just all get tangled up, and I'm always scared that, you know, with that sort of stuff that, you know, the wires in the end could probably chafe and, you know, cause a problem with something, a gremlin in the car. So we've gone a completely different way. So now, like, we can take this off and we can attach it and it gives it power straight away. There's no cables. It's all running through CAN bus. Here we've got his launch control, so we can set whatever RPM he wants to launch at. Here we've got boost settings. You've got your rolling launch. You've got a login button here. We can add anything else. We can even add like cruise control if we really wanted to.
Right, should we go forward in the engine bay and see what kind of fabrication and wiring and things like that we've done over there? Bear in mind, we've been working on this for about a year and a bit now.
Yeah.
But from what I can remember, like straight off the bat, spending about 3 nights with you just doing 2 intercooler pipes, right? Let's start with that.
We've done mini nights.
Let's start with that because
nights,
I thought we're just gonna make 2 intercooler pipes and that was it, which was gonna be a few hours. But it literally took us like 3 whole nights, days and nights, right?
Yeah. So I would love to say it was just my design, and it wasn't. It was my brother Cirque's design and AFFY's design, so they wanted to go that way, so we went that way. We put on Vibrant clamps, so they got Vibrant HD clamps.
Quick release on them.
Yeah, the pipe work is all 80mm. We do have a blow-off valve on there. We have a Turbo Smart blow-off valve on there. I also run my intake air temp sensors away from the inlet, and that's why this is all blanked off, because I don't like the heat soak. And I didn't want him to change the inlet, so we went with the Nismo inlet. He already had that. He was asking me, like, should he change it? And I said, no. I think these are the best inlets on the market.
Yeah, because there was a question where I was like, should we go Plasma Man or, you know, bigger, because some of them look really cool. But then afterwards we realized that we could shave it off, shave it down and go throttle, drive-by-wire, wasn't it? So
I'm like, I appreciate the Australian stuff. They do some awesome stuff and brilliant stuff. But in this case, I felt like there was no need to go.
I think you told me that Nismo was underrated and it was
it
actually
was,
one of the best ones.
And
as soon as you said that to me, I was like, okay, let's go with that. I didn't know that.
And then we adapted drive-by-wire. So if you look down here, we've got the drive-by-wire from Darton Racing. Going on to like more simpler stuff, got rid of the viscous fan. Actually put an SSR on the viscous fan to control the fan speeds as well. With the PRP trigger kit, I love the PRP stuff. Only one thing that I'm not happy about with PRP is they give us a cherry sensor. And for me, those cherry sensors fell quite a few times. We've changed them up to, they now do these, which are perfect. I've never had another problem with trigger faults and all that sort of stuff. So
obviously the manifold was quite a tight fit and you had to put a is it a wastegate down there? And
so
also a screamer pipe.
Yeah, so we've got a 6-boost manifold. It's the Pro Mod manifold. We've got them with EGTs, so we've plumbed in all EGT sensors, so we can read the.
So that's EGTs, right?
We can run all the sensors different. We could see all the temperatures.
Going back to the exhaust, Errol, you did the exhaust like turbo back all the way, didn't you?
So we did a 4-inch all the way from the outlet. It's a 4-inch downpipe, midsection all the way to the back. A 4-inch whole complete system. You know, I had to sort of shave off areas on the diffuser to make these all system fit. For me, it's one of the best builds I've done. There is 1 or 2 more builds that I've done that obviously I have special love for as well, but this one is definitely something very special as well.
Errol,
With
I
cert,
appreciate it. But the magic question that all the viewers are going to be watching and saying is like, okay, if you're going to put a number on this build, obviously we're going to start cranking it up soon. I spoke to Cirques last week. If we already haven't, if you're going to put a number on it, what are we chasing? What are we getting out of this?
Looking at an RB 26 blocks, like 05U, 24U block, I see him make 1,000 horsepower. I see him make 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah.
But I don't really see him making more than that. I think
that's probably like the limit kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I pretty much see him crack or break after that.
So we're going to ease into it and kind of see where we can go, right?
I've got no doubt that this car can make 1,000 break, and probably a little bit more. But it's just whether the block's gonna. If the block can stick together.
There you are, guys. If we don't make 1,000 break, if we don't make 1,100 break, you're going to this man and you're trolling him. No, I'm joking. Listen, we don't even need that much. I know there's a lot more things and smaller things which we probably won't talk about because I know we've been going on a little bit. Yeah. Going back to all the people who commented, sent me messages about this car and everything as well. Like, thank you so much, because there was a lot. I was replying to some of them, and a lot of you guys I couldn't even reply to. Listen, appreciate it big time. Follow me on the journey, because we're gonna keep going. You're gonna see this man as well, and you're gonna see Cirques as well. And we're gonna keep pushing it. We're gonna show you the results, what it makes, what it does. Hopefully we'll start sending it soon, guys. And then that's where we get the numbers on the floor.